Welcome to the beginning of June, I suppose. I was going to say the first show of June, but either way, welcome to June and welcome to 5 Minutes with Sean, maybe 10. Today is a fun one. I'm going to talk about communication. Most importantly, if you want to get something done, pick up a fucking phone. Like, I know we live in a world of text and email, but really, if you are trying to get something accomplished with, speed, right? And potentially accuracy, pick up the fucking phone. It's something that drives me absolutely crazy. I think that too many people rely on text and email. And look, I get it. I'm one of the first people many moons ago to tell people, look, you should communicate with people the way they want to be communicated. That's great. And I will never change that. That was really about client facing. But either way, even client facing or between vendors or between a team, if you really want to get something accomplished or get your point across, stop sending 17 emails and get on a call. Really. And look, I am also the last guy to want to have a meeting. Meetings, for the most part, are fucking lame. But a quick Zoom call with two people to clear something up over 17 back and forth fucking emails, probably a better use of everyone's time. And again, people who stay engaged in email communication, I get it. It's a paper trail. I'm all about it. But there has to come a point where enough back and forth is enough. And that's why I believe you should pick up the phone. But more importantly than just picking up the phone is when you're there, listen, take notes. Often I will have phone calls with people and then I'll get a text later asking me follow-up questions from that call, which those answers were already given and made, and nobody had them because no one is actually listening. We all hear each other only because voice and ears, and that's the way it fucking works. But how often do we actually listen to people? Far less frequently, I think, than people would ever want to truly and actually admit. That's the fact of the matter there. So with that in mind, though, I want you to think about the last time you had a 10 back and forth email exchange, and could that have been fixed? Could that have been addressed on the phone? Because to me, it feels like it can. And so, and look, we have we all have your internal texting communications, your Slack or whatever. And you can, and so what I'll say to you is that if you are not a phone person, I've been using audio 13 years since we started this company. I've been creating audio files with my mind and thoughts and doing all that, getting it out of my mind. I wasn't using my mind to create them, but my point is I was getting all this stuff out of my mind into audio files. It's how my business partner and I built this company to begin with. And now it's built into your phones. So if you're not I don't like to be on the phone. I don't like talking on the phone, like whatever. I get it. They're all internet fucking machines now. They're not actually phones. But I had a StarTech flip phone and it changed my life. Okay. So to me, the phone will always be important because I grew up with that machine, which for some reason isn't by my side today, was just a phone. This before texting. Even by texting with all the numbers and all the nonsense. I never even got into that. I think I got into texting 2014, 2015. I think I'm coming up on like my first decade of texting, but I think that texting is like 20 years old. But either way, the point that I tell you is that the phones now have built-in audio file. Send the audio file. The thing about audio, the thing about phones or in person is context, nuance, tone, body language. If you're in person, those things matter to conversation. As someone who prides themselves on being, a relationship builder, part of what makes it special is to get involved and to truly listen to people. And I think that's what, sadly, sets me apart sometimes from other people is that I do actually listen. And I take notes. I take notes on pretty much every fucking thing that I do. These notepads are all over my house. Every time a phone rings, I pick one up and I'm writing on it. Now, can I tell you what most that says trick and scratch wise like a day later? Probably not. But that's not the process. Process is hang up the phone, address the notes, and then address the issue. And I'm not going to get into today's show about, hey, make sure that you don't, write down notes and then not do anything about it. That's lame too. But the point of the phone and the audio file is that we need better context. I had a great vendor of ours send us a video. And again, we've been doing video forever. It's a great way to communicate. But this particular video platform only allowed me one view because I'm not a member and I'm not going to be a member of other shit. I don't care. It shouldn't be that way. But I didn't know that watching it. So I watched the whole video. I get done. I'm like, cool, let me rewatch this, take some other notes and shit or whatever, see what else is in here. Can't do it. Only one watch. Got to sign up to be a member of whatever. Well, I'm not doing that. So I called the vendor back and I said, hey, could you just send me an email and text? Because by the way, this is how it works. And we had a good laugh or whatever. But at the end of the day, that's not actually as helpful as you would think to send a video that can only be watched once. But to that end, and while we're talking about video and sending, video openers for BDC, internet leads, whatever process you want to speak to, awesome. You guys need to take it a step further and bring it into service. I know you're doing service when the customer is there, but before the customer arrives and they're going to deal with a specific writer, do the video there too, man. Get involved. Let's give service some love here. What's good for the sales department, probably from a technology standpoint, has some play with the service department because it isn't the end of the world to try something back there that might work in sales. But too often we don't. We stop short. We kind of excuse. We don't dive in. I see it all the time when it comes to service and service platforms. And by the way, service platforms for the most part, like service schedulers for the most part, suck. Texting formats within dealerships for the most part are duplicate services. So you're getting texts from 3 different numbers from 3 different people at 3 different times within your experience. That's lame. Most people don't know that because most people don't shop themselves. So it's something that as a consumer of the places that I consume, I bring it up to the people I work with because I go to my clients mostly. The old Subaru. I don't have any Subaru clients here locally. A great Subaru client in Valley Subaru, Longmont, Colorado. Check them out. If you're looking for a Subaru, they ship nationwide. But other than that, I don't have that locally, so I cannot do business with that because my old 07, I require a master tech. And so I go there, but they do the same fucking thing. They text me from one number, then they text me from another. I text back to a number. I get a reply from another. It's broken. It's Frankensteined in together, and I get that. But do yourselves a favor. Shop yourselves. I talk about the phone mainly because recently the CRM team here at CarBiz Done Better has been diving into phone calls. And we suck on the phones, people. As an industry, as a greater industry, we suck on the phones. And I'm telling you that it comes from this texting email mentality where you just don't know how to fucking talk on the phones, young people. Sorry, not sorry. The phones either scare you or you don't get it or you don't think it's worth it, but it is worth it. And when stores move the needle that I've been watching via our CRM reporting, it is typically in phone or internet lead, period. Showroom typically stays the same. Campaigns are what they are. Those 2 sections are the biggest drivers. And of those 2, phones will make up the incremental business. Most of you are losing car deals on the phones. If you don't believe me, call my buddy Josh Sack, get signed up for an assessment, and he'll show you exactly what it is that I'm talking about. All right, folks, that's it for today. 8.5 minutes of fired up Sean about using the phone. Feel free to call me anytime. I've been giving this phone number out forever. 262-278-0157 is the call-in or text line about this show. And again, put it on here for probably about 250 episodes, and no one ever called me. Now, that's either because people don't want to talk to me or because people aren't comfortable on the phone. Either way, figure it out and get better on the phones. Have yourselves a great week, and we'll do it all again next week.